Okay, guys, I can't do much. I can make a wooden sewing needle, um, and sew cotton, um, and grow cotton, maybe, if I lived in Texas. Um, I can pick up rocks. I can cook on a rock. I can make a fire with my fire starter gadget that I have. It's metal. Um, I can crochet, except for the fact I can't make the yarn to crochet because you got to make that out of cotton, and I don't know how to brush it and spin it and all that, and I don't have the machines to do it. um I can do very little. um I don't know how they make metal sewing needles, or metal crochet things. I would have to make them out of wood, and I would do that with basically rocks and wood. Or if if I had lava or something like that, I could probably make some type of metal something and let it cool and burst it out of its obsidian glass. um and get it somehow. um or they used obsidian glass, I think, to cut things in the past, which is lava, um to cut their meat and stuff like that, I think. um but I can't do very much at all. I can make clay through a sheet with mud, apparently. I've heard how to do it anyway. I've never done it. I need experience doing it. But they say you can put water and mud on a sheet or two sheets and wring it out and make clay because the particles settle or something like that. Um, I cannot make vinegar. I cannot make wine. I cannot grow grapes. But I could grow grapes if I lived in California. Um, I can't make a car. I am in love with the Elf car that they made. Um, it's a bicycle car, but it's got the tires again that nobody can make. It's an Elf car made out of, I guess it was made out of wood at one point in time, but they may have made it out of aluminum or something lighter now. Um, there's not much I can do. Um, I like to crochet. I can crochet a shoe, but not really a shoe. It's a slipper. I can crochet a slipper, which will still protect your foot from rocks to some extent because it's cushion. Um, you could stuff it with cotton or something like that unless you didn't want it to be able to dry. You probably ought not to stuff it with cotton because if it got wet, it would have to dry. You'd have to hang it up so it could dry like laundry. Like I make the little socks, the crocheted socks, and you can hand wash them with soap and in your sink, and you can take them and dry them by hanging them, and they dry very well. They drip dry, um, but they don't drip because you wring them out first. And they're not a big sheet of material. A big sheet of material would drip. Because I've made covers. I've crocheted covers, and they drip when they're drying, which is okay. but you just have to put a bucket or something under them. I've dried them on my treadmill handle, and I put a bucket under them. I don't know how to make a bucket. I know that sounds really stupid, but I don't know how stupid I do sound. Um, but I figured out a lot of stuff that we don't know, um, that we think we know, and we start out with parts that are pre-made instead of starting out with nature. So we think we're farther along than we are, because in reality we're very stupid. Um, and we want to think that we're really smart. So we start out with pieces of, we start out with bowls, and we say, I wash my own dishes. But yeah, you wash your own dishes, but you didn't make your own dishes. You see what I'm saying? Did you make the clay from the mud to make your own dish? Um, so anyway, um, we definitely don't do metalworking. Um, that's dangerous too. It involves a lot of fire and ovens and things like that, and metals and lava, sometimes lava. Um, but yeah, so we don't do a lot of stuff that we could learn how to do. Um, I think we think we're smarter than we are. Um, nobody knows how to make toilet paper. I've asked around, and nobody seems to know how to make toilet paper. Um, I know the companies that make it know how to make it, but I've asked around and nobody knows how to make it. And then there's plastics, and they come from gasoline. Um, you have to drill for the oil, and so you got to have a drill, which is metal. You got to make it out of metal, and you got to drill for the oil, and then you got to make the plastic. So I don't know how to do that either. None of that. I don't understand any of it. But there's a lot of stuff that can be, if you are trained, there's a lot of stuff trained people know that we don't know. We're just given the end product. And I'm thankful for it, but we are relatively stupid, and so I personally look for the easy way to do stuff. I think that's what you ought to do, is look for the easy way to do stuff. But that's all I'm gonna say for now on that. Um, I know a lot more little facts, tidbits here and there, but I don't know how to convey them. So